Right. Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here for a kind of a late night show, a little research show. I got a couple things I want to discuss. I want to try to get it out tonight, prepare us for tomorrow's market. If you happen to be watching this live, then you don't have to watch the video. We're here. It is about 8:41, and we just had. We always talk about this tip of the night. Number one tip of the night here: time frames. We talk about all the time on the show. Different time frames is where you could expect the market to to make different, more aggressive moves. 9:30, of course, in the morning. You would have the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock time frame in Asia, where Asian markets are open up and there's a lot of news. So right around 8 o'clock, and it looks like an 8 o'clock news release. And it was a news release on the coronavirus. And then at 3 o'clock, 3:30, again, I always go over it because there's so many people out there in different time zones that it might be actually easier to trade 3 in the morning for you than it is for me, where you have no life and you could just get up anytime in the world, any time that you want, and do whatever you want. I'm so jealous. All right, so market actually popped up here. Just pointed out tip number 2 of the night: divergences. A clean divergence like this, very easy to see. The criteria for the divergence, number one setup here at Day Trading Radio's high probability setups, is the higher high on the price and the lower high on the stochastics, and the steeper that is, meaning where that lower high can come in. Excuse me. Let me delete that last one if I can, and let's fix that a bit. What am I thinking here? All right, so that was the high here. I want to move this. Now this is our steepness channel. For that second high, we actually make these 2 points and we make a trend line. If it's flatter like that, that's flat. The steeper it is, the better it is. So wherever that comes back up and retests that line, or gives us that pivot, compared to that is really a good divergence. And you can see a nice move back off of this. Now this news happened to be, just to update you what's going on, coming out of Asia. The latest here is, and let me go back through this for you. Just got released a few minutes ago, causing the market to pop up there. China virus cases almost double overnight. That's top 100 as North Korea closes its borders. Update here: confirmed cases 1,291 added to the what we had yesterday, so that puts us at a total of 2,714 deaths. 24 more deaths brings it to 100. And Wuhan City, confirmed cases 892 more. That brings us to 15,9. That's a big jump. That's a 128% jump. Death toll went from plus 22 up to 85. So that would be 63 before, 63 now 85. And this is overnight. So the market got a big bounce on that for some reason. And now gave us a nice divergence and then kind of settling back here. There's probably a couple trend lines we could watch overnight. I was talking about I was doing the show earlier tonight, and I was just making comments that I was watching. And I'm here at the office. I'm watching Fast Money behind me and Kramer and stuff. I just had the TV on, and I could tell. I was listening to him. I had Carter Worth on. Carter I followed for many years. He's a good chart guy. And we have pretty much the same philosophy in trading, same type of technical analysis. I like Carter a lot. So, he was looking at how this is a very strong possibility. This is the beginning of a bigger pullback. And he made a good argument for that. He says, even the next five big stocks, tech stocks coming out over the next 7 days, are worth 50% of the NASDAQ 100. So, I mean, the weight of these next 5 stocks, if anything happens in those, that's a big weight on, a weight on the NASDAQ. And everything is so high as it is. So even if they blow it out and it's a good report, how much further are you going to go before you spike up and you reverse? So he was putting in a good argument for having that gap up on really good stuff, but then a sell-off versus just a sell-off. So, so that was kind of interesting. I kind of following him really close. I like that strategy. I think that has a good chance of playing out, and I'm very kind of cautious here. So I'm leaning to the bearish side. At this point, I did take a few MESs tonight just to hold overnight as a short, because I didn't take anything to hedge my position. I just wasn't sure which direction we could be heading in. I'm kind of happy that we're up. We're up 1075 right now, but I'm suspect of the move, and we could actually end up going down lower overnight. And that's just the way I'm feeling. Got other stocks on the board. We're doing some research. So, one point tonight I was discussing some of the research material we use. Someone asked me if I like Barron's. You know when I like Barron's? I used to like Barron's a lot if I was flying somewhere and I was on a plane. I like going to the airport and going to the airport bookshops and stuff, trying to find something to read on a plane. It's either a something I normally wouldn't read, and sometimes I'll get a Barron's if I'm traveling on the weekend, because I like it. I think, when does it come out? Friday? It comes out Saturday. So it's usually, I hit it perfectly. But in truth, I like the Investor's Business Daily better. I like the IBD better, and I like the IBD Online better too. So I took some stocks off of that. We haven't done a good review of some HPS type of stocks. Well, let's actually take a look and see if I could bring this up over here. There we are. So this is the IBD 50. This is a really good list of stocks. If you want to start developing a core list of stocks that you want to be trading, this is a great way of starting. Is taking a lot of their recommendations. They rank them. You have to read into the whole site. They do a great job on research and stuff and how they rank these. And then from that point on, you have a nice list already, and this. So I took about, let me see, what did I take? Where are they? Took maybe about 70 stocks, and I want to look at them with you, kind of just go over them. These are stronger stocks, and lots of times these will be the first stocks that actually bounce. So if we're looking at positions to look for upside, these stocks that have gotten hit recently are probably. So let's take a look at a couple of them. CP, I think this is CPRX. I'm not even sure. I don't know if my handwriting, that can't be right. CP. Look at me. I just ran through the whole thing. Let me see what it was. It's right underneath. CPRT. CPRT. Good job, Johnny. CPRT. Now you'll see a big difference in the charts. You see, I just took a random chart before. It was down. Look at this. All these IB stocks are so strong, and even today, this one came back strong. Even today, after getting smashed, this one closed right back up. It's just telling you it wants to go higher. So these are great stocks to trade on that pullback. If you do get that pullback on this, have a list of go-to stocks. I'm trying to give you a couple of them right now. PIYC here, Paycom, another great one. Nice flag, unbelievable trend here starting. Imagine we were trading it down here on a breakout probably, and the move up. It's an HPS setup there. PAYC, And INMD. Is that one? Oh, in mode. I remember this one. This is not bad. This is not bad at all. I had to watch this. It's a recent IPO. And there's going to be some IPOs this week. We're going to go over those in a second. All right. All right, so mode, we're going to just kind of keep that close at hand. P, it looks like PCTY. That is, that's an interesting one. Wow, look at that thing here, scream. My God. Nice pullback. I mean, it did get hit, bounced back really nice. These have to set up a little bit better. PLMR. Is that another one? Palomar Holdings. I guess it is. Yeah, look at that. And look at this divergence here. Closing price divergence. Pretty much a bottom here between the closing price and the candle here. Palomar Holdings Insurance. Pretty nice chart here, but it's kind of extended on my side. I just wanted to look through these FTNT, give you an idea what type of stocks they do show you. But a lot of these stocks could be put on your list, and you could wait for some, what I like to do is wait for a 1, 2, 3 pattern, get 3 pivots and start charting it out, and then, kind of identify the stochastics with the trend lines, the stochastics with some of the moving averages, reversal candles. Right now it's a little early in the game, even though we have a pretty decent reversal candle. For me, I need some history behind it. I need that wedge pattern set up in a divergence right here. Let's take a look at TER, Teradyne. That one gapped up, and that's what Carter Worth was saying that could happen with some of the big tech stocks. We could actually have a good report and then sell off, kind of really leaving a very bearish candle up there. So, all right, that's TER. That's all I wanted to show you from the IBD. Some of the other setups that I do like here, let's just go over a couple of them. We did take the DGX today, and that was perfect. It's a breakout, and it should continue tomorrow. We had breakout volume, should get a follow-through. That, and also, Virus Lab, I'm feeling a big connection here. I think this was the laggard. I think everyone... we got in early enough to make profits. If people are still holding, I think you get more upside on this one. Costco coming back pretty strong today. I like this one. It did pop and then kind of pull back, but it seems like we're holding that recent breakout zone. So we have to watch that and see if it kind of holds up here. I do like Costco. Waste management, a few stocks I said to just keep a tight hold on. If this flags out at all, I think we're going to be forced to get back in. Just showing that great strength today. Actually, it looks like it was positive today. Amazing. And that's, again, that hasn't broken out yet. But it should. So, very nice. And then DGX, that. On the CVS here had a trend line. It broke down through. It came back, closed right on the trend line. How many times do I see a price close right on a trend line? It's like a rule, especially if you have a big established trend line. You'll break gap down, we'll close right on it, or close above it. In lots of cases, we'll close right on it. It's amazing. We'll see if it comes back above that trend line, starts to hold that. We're almost oversold on the CVS. It got spooked with the Amazon news, but you can see there's a really long extended trend line down here, and we're almost tagging it on a retracement. So if the 200 period moving average would be a good spot on that. Yeah, I agree with Anthony. Anthony loving the Netflix here. Netflix recently broke out, came back down, but you know what? If this virus catches on and people stay indoors, I mean that's kind of looking way out. That's like looking at like kind of like a long term. You know, that's going to be a lot more serious stuff. That's probably going to affect everything if we're stuck in our houses. You know, I don't know if that's that, but I see what he's thinking. You know, and I think that the trade will see what he's thinking also, and I'll move up on that. And look how good it was. It had a big breakout, follow through, a little pullback, it's hanging in there. Yeah, I you know what? It looks good. Waste management is excellent. Dirty Dog or Data Dog. Again, getting chopped around with the market. It's still pushing it. I love the IPO. You know this is eventually breaking out of this. It was they were approached by who approached them before they became IPO to be bought out. They declined. They went public. This is where they are today. Pushing up here. I mean, I love the chart. You gotta understand that downward market here puts a little pressure. There's no reason why this can't retrace and shake the tree a little on this one. Eventually, it's gonna get through here. I think it needs a catalyst, though. I think it needs earnings. Yes, it's selling off a little here. Let's go back to the chart. Let's go back to the videotape. Yeah, we just broke down through that trend line. Market's only up 8 now. We started off earlier this evening, 6 o'clock. Out of the gate, it ran. 8 o'clock came around. We had some news out of China. Market seemed to pop on that. Textbook divergence, pullback, continues to pull back. We kind of flushed through that trend line. A little volume came in. It looks like there might have been some news out there somewhere. And we're trying to bounce back up here. It'd be a good day to do an all-nighter. I mean, I can't do it, but if anybody's considering an all-nighter, it's probably be a good day to do one. Kind of traded the futures. Video back up here. We have a little trapdoor selling. Good trend line, underlying 1, 2, 3 pattern. We break down through the rising trend line and come down to the lower trend line of the channel, the downward channel, and then pushes back up. This is what I call a trapdoor trend line. Like that trade. And again, you're seeing some news flow out here. That's about it right now. That's making this move this little choppy right now. Started that video back up though. I forgot the videotape, but I'm looking at WBA for a bounce trade. Going back here, it's kind of just myself and looking at the trend line where it started. It's a really important trend line. Starts at the top. We have a big big candle there that comes up here, and then from that point on, we can start to see if it actually starts holding up, and it pretty much did. You know, it chopped here, hit it here, broke through it. But every time we tested it, there's a really established trend line. So coming down to it right now on the daily does look pretty good for a bounce. I think we could get there. I like it. WBA. I gotta write WBA. All right. It would be great to get like kind of a flush down to that zone. So probably right around $51. Right around 51. It's trading at 52.23. So a buck down. Yeah, I'm liking this. I don't trade this one too much either. Walgreens. Let's take a look at the weekly on this. Weekly just getting oversold too. I'm liking it. I like the weekly. I like the daily. 60, yeah, it's not that great, but if we actually gap down and get down to that level, and this has a hard time returning, we get that divergence, I'm going to be all over this. So this is definitely something going forward. Liking it. The other one is, let's take a look here. What's the other one is? Marriott. Well, Marriott, the virus, I'm not going to touch that right now. And I'm not touching apparel stocks. I don't like them too much. Don't got a feel for them. But let's do that similar scam. Let's do it on the NASDAQ 100. See if anything comes up. 2 WBA and the same thing Marriott. So they're both on. Dual listed. Might as well go for all the stocks. Feels like a roll coming here. I'm finished up the little research session here. A lot of stocks that we're still waiting for. I might as well go over those as we wait to see here. Currently, just holding a small position short here on the MES. And that's it on the longs and shorts going into tomorrow, other than everything else long. Funko short, FNKO. Biohaven still waiting for the migraine medicine. It's choppy up here, waiting for some news to come out. Could go either way. We have head and neck cancer drug, CVM, actually held up okay. It's kind of up there, you know. We're getting ready for some big data being released there. AUPH, they're going to be presenting some data, I believe, on Wednesday. And this is kind of drifting a little bit lower. We're expecting this to pull back, maybe even to the 50. This line right here, this is what my area that I expected to move down into. So we're almost entering that zone. This is the zone I think I will be adding to it. A couple positives here. I mean, we're oversold, but it's kind of embedded to the oversold, which is kind of counteracts that. The weekly here, can't do much about that. Still very bullish. 60-minute time frame, not giving us much here on the 60. Load, we have a mining stock here. It expected some news of a sale of land, and that's been holding right under $1. Kind of interesting to see what happens if that one comes out with some news. I should actually put an order in on that, because I probably won't be here if it gaps up in the morning. I don't know if that even trades pre-market. Yeah, it's out of spot. Kind of like it. All right. Maybe I'll take some off at 120. going to send out this video, get everyone set up for tomorrow. Maybe it's not too late for them to get it. Well, I got to cut it off here. I'll continue to hang with you guys for probably another hour before I got to get out of here. Maybe not an hour. Yeah, right around then. Right about an hour here.